Welcome back, everybody. On today's episode, we are going to be installing the latest snapshot of Kali Linux 2023.4. It says here it features a number of usable improvements, many of them courtesy of Gnome 45. So with that, let's get on to the install screen so we can install Kali Linux and take a look at the latest snapshot 2023.4. Okay, we are on the installer now for Kali Linux, and it looks like it's using the Debian installer. So let's go ahead and go through it so we can get Kali Linux 2023.4 installed. So here on the first screen, we have to select our language, which is English. That's correct. Press enter. Then for our territory, select the United States. Press enter. Key map to use, American English. Press enter. Okay, now it's requesting a host name. It's currently set to Kali, so I'm just going to leave it as that as the default. Domain name set to blank right now. I'm going to leave it like that also. I'm just going to click enter. Now it's asking for a full name. So to create a new user, so as usual, Linux Hub. Click enter. Then on the next page, my name is already entered as a default for the account. So I'm going to click enter. It's asking me for a password for the new user. I'll select my time zone. I am in Los Angeles, so Pacific. And on the partitioning method, I'm going to go ahead and select guided, use entire disk. We're presented with a screen to select the software we want to install. Looks like right here it's set up to Xfce, Kali's default desktop environment, so we'll just leave it at that. Also, we have selected collection of tools. Selecting this item has no effect. Top 10, not sure what that is. Default. It's just whatever it is. I'm just installing the default. So I'm just going to click enter. Install the Grub bootloader to your primary drive. Yes. Enter device manually. Installation is complete, so there's time to boot into your new system. Make sure to remove the installation media so that you boot into the new system rather than restarting the installation. Please choose continue to reboot. Go ahead and enter my username and password, and we should be logged in, and we are. All right, so what I'm going to do now is fix the display manager because we are way off right now. Go to settings, display, set it to 1920 by 1080 at 60 hertz. Click apply, keep this configuration, and we're good. All right, now we're on the correct display, and we can take a look at Kali Linux. So as you saw during our installation, we installed the Xfce desktop environment as our default environment. So this is Xfce, and we have our panel that's on top. And on our system tray, we have our power session. So clicking on that, we can either log out, restart, shut down, suspend, hibernate, hybrid sleep, or switch user. Then we also have a lock. So if we want to lock the screen, we click on that. Next to that, we have a clock. Clicking on it shows the date, calendar. Next to that, we have a presentation mode. So not too sure what that is, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Then we have a do not disturb function. which is a notification manager. Then next to that, we have our volume rocker. Here we can set our volume, change your microphone sounds, system sounds, everything. We can even get into our audio mixer. And next to that, we have our connection settings. So if you had any Wi-Fi or internet connection, you would do it here. Then we have our pen applications. Looks like we have a terminal, a web browser, a text editor, a file manager, and minimize all open windows and show the desktop. We also have our desktops here. So click on tools, we're on the second desktop, third desktop, fourth desktop, and our main desktop is 1. So let's go ahead and take a look at the pinned items. First, we'll take a look at this drop-down menu and see what it has. It has root, terminal, emulator, and PowerShell. And that's in our drop-down menu. And the terminal, I believe it's going to be the Xfce terminal. But let's open it and take a look to see for sure. Oh, Q terminal. Okay. Kali Linux is using the Q terminal 1.3.0 as its pin terminal. And I'm wondering if we have HTOP installed by default. Do you want to install it? Sure. And we have some password. I like this. It automatically does a sudo app install for you. Not bad. Then NeoFetch. No, but it automatically installed it for us. That's awesome. I like this. It's a cool way to get things installed in a hurry. So let's go ahead and clear the screen. And now we can take a look at HTOP. And you can see we're using 663 megabytes of RAM. Not bad. CPU usage is also very low. They're barely working at all. So that's awesome. Now let's take a look at NeoFetch. And I'll make that bigger. As you can see, we are on Kali Linux, and it's showing right here that it's rolling. I guess rolling means that it's constantly updating. But I believe the snapshot we're on is 2023.4. And the kernel 6.5.0. And our desktop environment, you can see here is Xfce 4.18. All right. Now, next pinned item is going to be our web browser, Firefox, which is the ESR version. That's the version that's always installed on Debian-based systems. Seems like Debian and enterprise-based systems like using this ESR because it's a more stable version of Firefox. And opening up Firefox gets you directly onto the Kali Linux page right here. This is like their own personal search space. So if you want to do a search, just enter it here. They also have some pinned bookmarks here. So a lot of info on Kali Linux if you want to read up on it, see what all you can do with Kali Linux, being that it is a pen testing server admin system. There's a lot you can do with Kali Linux. So the more you want to learn about it, just check on one of these links right here. It should give you all the information you need to see. But we're using version 115.5.0 ESR. And that's our version of Firefox. All right. And our text messenger, our text editor looks like it's mousepad. And on the about, yep, mousepad 0.6.1. Pretty simple, straightforward text editor. I believe this is the standard on Xfce. So the file manager oh, it's actually your folder layout. So it's the icon of file manager, but if you click on it, it gives you basically your basic folder layout. So I'll just go ahead and open the folder, and it is running Thunar. I can see, let's see what version of Thunar. Thunar 4.18.8. And Thunar is your standard file manager on Xfce. All right, now let's take a look at our applications launcher. And this is our applications launcher. Of course, we're using Xfce, so it looks like we're using the whisker menu. And have everything pretty much set up here. Like I stated before, it's Kali Linux. This is a pen testing server admin distribution, so it has a lot of info on pen testing and things like that. Vulnerability, information gathering, vulnerability, web application analysis, database assessment, password attacks, wireless attacks, reverse engineering, exploitation tools, sniffing and spoofing, post-exploitation, forensics, reporting tools, social engineering tools, Kali and offset links. So as you can see, this is a system made for, like I said, pen testing and server admins. And we have settings also. We have all applications recently used and favorites. And this is pretty much your application launcher. Also, you have a search right here. So if there's a specific program you're looking for, let's say, for example, GIMP, if you had it installed, it would show up here. But since it's not, I know Firefox is installed. So if I click on start typing Firefox, it'll show me right here. And that's how your search works on their application launcher. And then you also have your system settings or settings manager right here pinned at the bottom, and also your session manager. So your log out and power off and all that be right here. All right, let's open up the settings, and I want to take a look at our appearance. So we can take a look at our themes, see what our theming looks like. Like I said, this system is mainly for, pen testing and system admin. So there's not really too much I can show you on that because a lot of that's run through the terminal, and it's using methods that I don't want to post here. Let's just leave it at that. All right, so on our themes, let's take a look at it. White or dark. That's pretty much what white or dark looks like. Regular at white is this one. Then we have high contrast, Kali dark, Kali light, Kali purple dark, Kali purple light. Is that it? We have one more. That's Windows 10. All right, and these are your themes here. I'm just gonna leave it on Kali purple dark because it looks pretty cool, and I'll just leave it on that. All right, now let's take a look at our wallpapers and see what wallpapers we could set up. So I'll just right click on the screen, go to desktop settings, and here we have our wallpapers. So changing the wallpaper should be a simple one click, but yep, as you can see there. Find the wallpaper you like, click on it, set it and forget it. Or you could just get on Firefox, do a search for some wallpapers and just add your own if you want to. If you wanted to add your own, you would just come up here, use the drop-down menu, select other, navigate to it, and set it. So that's simple. Also, you can see that we have some desktop icons right here. on our desktop. If you wanted to show those or hide those, you will do that right here where it says default icons. So you can see right here, unchecking them pretty much just makes them go away. So if you wanted a clean screen with no desktop icons, this would be the spot where you could just make them disappear like I just did. All right, so like I said, it's Kali Linux. The snapshot is 2023.4. It's mainly used for pen testing, server admin. If you want to get into that, take a look at it, test it out, do your penetration testing, give it a shot. All the information will be in our video description, and from there you'll have the links to the homepage and links to the download. That way you can get into it, do as you please with it. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short and end it now, because we've pretty much seen all the basic stuff that it has to show us. All right, and I'm out.